Good evening, dear friends. Welcome again to the Nehru Center. As your director, it gives me great pleasure to invite all of you for something unusual which the Nehru Center is doing tonight. And that is showcasing Asian talent, young Asian talent, which finds itself in United Kingdom. We are proud that we have this opportunity to work with the upcoming artists of today and in due course the artists of tomorrow. And we hope that in a few years' time, when these artists have really become accomplished and much better known than they already are, we would all remember that we had this unusual event at the Nehru Center itself. So I request all of you to give everybody who has contributed to tonight's show a very warm round of applause and enjoy the performance that follows.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your front of house manager for this evening. There's going to be a little bit of a delay. I do apologize for that. So, while we're waiting, how about I tell you a little bit about the show? Okay. Well, it's about a king whose wife is raped by two gentlemen. Well, perhaps gentleman isn't the right word. Yeah. Anyways, they remove both her hands and her tongue in order that they won't be identified. The king, however, discovers the ruffian's true identity, has the boys killed, bakes them into a pie, and serves the pie to their parents. It's a tragedy, a Shakespearean tragedy. That means everyone dies. If it were a comedy, that would mean everyone gets married, except the villain, of course. It's not a very good play, actually. But I'm sure you'll love it. It's Shakespeare. So, still got to wait a little bit longer. I should be ready any second. While we're waiting, how about, I'm not going to dance. I won't dance. Too much raw sexual energy for the ladies. What if, oh, I can tell you about some of the people working on the show. Okay, we got Fred Jenkins. He's doing the lighting. A bit of a drinker, but we love him. We got Susan Wong doing the sound. Great work. And I would like to introduce you to the writer, but he couldn't be here this evening. I said, maybe you didn't hear. I would like to introduce you to the writer, but he couldn't be here this evening. That was it. It was a joke. You see, because the writer, Shakespeare, he's dead. Most people know that. He died hundreds of years ago. Dead. You know, that's also why most people do his plays, because you don't have to pay royalties. Because you don't pay royalties to dead people. It's the same premise for the joke. He's dead and couldn't be here. You ever see that movie Teen Wolf? Does becoming a werewolf make you a better basketball player? Because in the movie he's a better basketball player after he becomes a wolf. Well, this is going well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go. Oh, thank you. Please switch off all your mobile phones and enjoy the show. Wait, one second. Okay, if you refer to your programs, if you look on the top second page, you'll see the performer Sarah Huck. Unfortunately, she will not be able to perform tonight due for unforeseen circumstances. Once again, that Sarah Huck will not be performing tonight. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Women of Corinth, I would not have you censor me, so I have come. Many I know are proud at heart, outdoors and in, but others are ill-spoken of as supercilious just because their ways are quiet. There is no justice in the world's censorious eyes. They will not wait to learn a man's true character. One look, and they hate. Of course, a stranger must conform. Even a Greek should not annoy his fellow citizens with crass stubbornness. I accept my place. But this blow that has fallen upon me was not to be expected. It has crushed my heart. There is no pleasure left in life. Dear friends, I want to die. Jason was my whole life, as well he knows. And now he has proved himself to be the most contemptible of men. Surely, of all creatures that live and breathe, we women must be the most wretched. When, for an extravagant sum, we have bought a man, we must then accept him as possessor of our bodies. This is to aggravate wrong with worse wrong. Then the big question, will the man we get be good or bad? For women, divorce is not respectable. To repel the man, not possible. Further still, a foreign woman coming amongst new laws, new customs, must need the skill of magic to find out what her home did not teach her. How to treat the man whose bed she shares. And if in this exacting toil we are successful, and our husband does not struggle under the marriage yoke, our lives are enviable. Otherwise, death is better. They tell us that we at home live free from danger. They go out to battle. Fools! I'd rather stand 3 times in the line of war than bear one child. So, I make one request. If I should find a way to work revenge on Jason for his wrongs to me, say nothing. We women are weak and timid in most matters. The noise of war, the look of steel, makes us a coward. Touch us right in marriage, and there is no bloodier spirit.
The look. You mean the take? The double take? You know about double takes? Oh, well, the double take is it's a well-known comic device, the double take, or in Keaton's case, you have the quarter take, And then there's the semi-minuscule take. But at the other end of the scale, you have someone like, let's see, James Finlayson. Finlayson's a really good example, actually. You may remember him from the Carry On. No? Well, he'd do these bold, massive takes where he literally took off and left the ground. Bold, massive takes like this. Yeah, really funny when he did them. Are you okay? Do you need to stay plugged in? Okay, I'll teach you. Okay. Imagine you're reading a book, yeah. You hear me come in. You know it's me, so you don't look up at once. But what you don't know is that I'm covered in mud. Yeah, I've fallen in a puddle outside, and I'm covered in head to toe with black, slimy mud. So you look up casually, you recognise my presence, but your book is so interesting, you go back to it. Okay, you do that. Right, okay. Now, the image of me suddenly registers on your brain. You realise what you've seen, and you look at me again, quickly, sharply this time, amazed. Brilliant. Okay, let's do the whole thing from scratch, right? Okay, here I come, covered in mud. Brilliant, excellent. Your first double take. We'll make a stand-up comedian of you yet. Oops. Next week, the custard pie.
Dan.
Fine.
Did you tell him you were going to be seeing me?
No.
Did you cut off his crusts?
What?
Did you cut off his crusts?
What do you want?
I want my negatives. What's your latest project, Anna?
Derelict buildings.
How nice, the beauty of ugliness.
What are you doing with Larry?
Everything. I like your bed. You know, you should come round one night, watch your husband blubbering into his pillow. Might help you develop a conscience.
I know what I've done.
His latest thing is how upset his family are. Apparently, they can't believe that you've left him and had to ruin everything. He spends hours looking up my arsehole as if there's going to be some kind of answer there. Any ideas, Anna? Why don't you go back to him?
And then Dan would go back to you.
Maybe.
Ask him.
I'm not a beggar.
Dan left you. I didn't force him to go.
You made yourself available. Don't weasel out of it.
Screwing Larry was a big mistake.
Yeah, well, you know, around here, everyone screws Larry.
You're Dan's little girl. He won't like it.
So don't tell him. You owe me that much.
She's beautiful.
Just fucking stop it.
Oh, now we're talking.
Why now? Why come for me now?
Because I felt strong enough. It's taken me 5 months to convince myself that you're not better than me.
It's not a competition.
Yes, it is.
I don't want a fight.
So give in. Why did you do this?
I fell in love with him.
You fell in love. That's ridiculous. Like as if you had no choice. There's a moment, there's always a moment. I can do this, I can give in to this, or I can resist it. I don't know when your moment was, but I bet you there was one.
Yes, there was.
You didn't fall in love. You just gave in to temptation.
Well, you fell in love with him.
No, I chose to. I looked in his briefcase, and I saw this sandwich, and I said to myself, I'm going to give all my love to this man, because he cuts off his crusts. I didn't fall in love. I chose to.
You still want him after everything he's done to you?
You wouldn't understand. He buries me. He makes me invisible.
What are you hiding from?
Everything. Everything is a lie. Nothing matters.
It's too easy, Alice. It's the cop-out of the age.
Yeah, well, you are old.
I'm sorry. I had a choice, and I chose to be selfish. I'm sorry.
Everyone's selfish. I stole Dan from someone.
Ruth.
Yeah. She fell to pieces when he left.
Did she come to see you?
No. What are you going to do?
Think. Is Larry nice to you in bed?
He's all right. Dan's better.
Oh, rubbish. At least Larry's there.
Dan's there, just in his own quiet way.
They spend a lifetime fucking and never knowing how to make love.
You know, I've got this scar on my leg, and Larry's just mad about it. He licks it like a dog. Any ideas?
Dermatology. God knows. That's what we're dealing with. We arrive with our baggage, and for a while they're brilliant. They're baggage handlers. And we say, where's your baggage? And they have none. They deny all knowledge of it. They're in love. And then just as you're relaxing, a great big juggernaut arrives with their luggage. Got held up. And one of the greatest myths men have about women is that we overpack. They love the way we make them feel. But not us. We love dreams.
So do they. You know, you should lower your expectations.
Oh, it's easy for you to say. I'm not being patronising, but you're a child.
Oh, you are being patronising.
And you are a child. Who's Buster?
Buster. Don't know.
He says it in his sleep.
I've got to go.
Don't forget your negatives.
Yeah. Thanks. Anna? Do the right thing.
happy day. All of the other students had gone home to their families, naturally. I was the only one left. No one had invited me. The telephone rang all day long. It would stop and start again. I ignored it. The phone was never for me. Finally, I went up and answered it. It was my uncle, Kuldip Korotana. He told me that my father was dead. I went home. Was still home. I'd learned that my father had left me his tin trunk, which always stood at the foot of his bed. There was nothing of value from what I could see. It was full of papers, letters, certificates, school report cards. There was a newspaper cutting. A report of a trial of 3 men accused of conspiring to cause a disturbance at the Empire Day celebrations in Jumapa in 1930. My father's name was there. That is how I found out. My father's birthday was in April and Empire Day celebrations was in May. This is how I know. This is how I know. My father never told me. Underneath everything was this painting. A portrait of a woman nude in a composition in the old Rajasthani style. Even more amazing, European woman. I couldn't imagine who she was or what it meant. Then a week ago in the shop window, it was like seeing a ghost. Not hers, his. It was his hand, his work. I had grown up watching him work. I'd witnessed over 100 original Nirad Das's, and here was his work, repeated not once, but 20 times over in a special display. The collected letters of Flora Crewe. And this is how I saw that it was the same woman.
Galore there was. I've been with every bloke in the Palais. Must be 200. I came in at 8, and it's Cinderella time now. It's not bad going, is it? It's my legs, you see. One glimpse, and the English blokes are sitting on their haunches, panting for it. And I'm so depraved and corrupted by the West that I let them have it. You see, I've no morality of my own, no respect for my body. I can't be trusted. After all, I'm only 20. Mum knows I come here. There's nothing I wouldn't tell her. Well, the odd thing. But Mum doesn't count for much in our family. When it's not at Sketchley's, I keep my gear in a black plastic bag in Mum's wardrobe, next to her bucket. It's pathetic. Here I am, an Asian girl caught in a culture clash. You see these things inside my head? Inverted commas. And the English are lucky. They don't have family problems. No, they sit around in shafts of sunlight, eating cornflakes and run round meadows in slow motion. 1 in 4, that is. The other 3 are undergoing divorce or family therapy. Yes, we all jostle for our space on the Guardian Women's page. There's me, cheek by jowl with, shall I, a committed socialist, send my Rupert to public school? That would make you toss and turn at night. Educated, and I'm healthy, and I'll make myself some sort of a life. But until then, I'll change in the bogs. Your mum's got enough on her plate. Oh,
kids, my brother and I were taken to people's houses, dressed up and everything, like being wrapped in brown paper. We just about creaked. In the houses we visit, everything's an exhibition. Furniture, their wives there, their kids' teeth. You've got to admire everything. They have to admire you. Your teeth, your hair, your shoes, everything seems to smell of perfume. You can't touch anything. My brother says he has to piss. He's in their hall. I know he's going through their pockets in the hall. I know he's opening their handbags. They're asking me how I'm doing at school. I'm saying I'm doing well. I can hear fivers settling in his pocket. I can hear my father saying, answer to them, Haroon, they're our friends. I can hear myself saying, I'm good at English. That Sunday he steals a car. It's a Jag. We're on the bypass. I'm lying on the back seat. We're doing 60. We're doing 90. I'm completely numb. They're in a house in Greenford. I'm outside. I can hear him and his friends moving across thick carpets, unplugging speakers, lifting down TV sets. I'm on the lookout. Soon, I'm not on the lookout. In fact, I'm running away. I'm away. They're carrying a spin try down the drive. I'm not there. There's two men running towards them. They're arresting them. My father's cursing. My mother's hysterical. I'm locked in my room. I'm studying. I'm protected. I'm the special son, the hope. My brain's burning! Everyone round is too busy serving kebabs and learning karate. No one round here knows fuck all about what you want to know about.
Was the moment. I suddenly realised that unless something changed soon, I would live my life where my major relationship was with a bottle of wine. And that I would die fat and alone and be eaten by wild dogs. Or I was about to turn into Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction. So I decided to make a decision. I decided that I wasn't going to listen to Sad FM, easy listening for the over 30s. No. I was going to take control of my life and start a diary. To tell the truth about Bridget Jones. The whole truth. Resolution number 1. Always put last night's panties in laundry basket. Oh, equally important, will find nice, sensible boyfriend to go out with and will not form romantic attachments to any of the following. Alcoholics, workaholics, commitment phobics, megalomaniacs, peeping toms, emotional fuckwits, and perverts. And especially will not fantasize about a particular person who embodies all of those qualities. Unfortunately, he just so happens to be my boss. Daniel Cleaver, editor-in-chief. And for some unfortunate reason relating to last year's Christmas party, I doubt very much if he'll be fantasizing about me. Unlike Mr. Fitzherbert, tits pervert more like, who stares freely at my breasts, not knowing who I am or what I do. At times like this, continuing with one's life just seems impossible. And in eating the entire contents of one's fridge seems inevitable. But I have two choices. I can either accept permanent state of spinsterhood and be eaten by wild dogs, or not. And I choose not. Instead, I choose vodka and Chaka Khan.